Welcome back, everyone. Well, right here in our very own community, right at SUNY Adirondack, we have an amazing music program. And let's face it, I think when I was studying music way back when, horse and carriage days, people used to say to me, if you type, you know how to read music, but if you know how to write, then you know how to compose. And I just always stayed in my head. And so there are musicians, and then there are musicians who know how to collaborate, know how to support, and those kinds of things. And I really find that at SUNY Adirondack, the music department there sort of really typifies what I'm saying. So I'm about to prove it to you. Joining me today is Diane Bargiel, who's been here before. Welcome back, Diane.
Thanks. Who
is the Director of Music Program and other assorted things, and a hell of a clarinetist to boot. And also Miriam Enman, who's Director of Choral Activities. Welcome.
Thank you.
Nice to have you here.
Good to be here.
You know, I want to start with what I was starting with. You know, you read music, you can type. You know how to write, you know how to compose. Talk to me about the philosophy of the department.
We try very hard to build a family environment in the department because some of us have been at other places where it was so cutthroat competitive and there were different faculty factions and everything going on, and they were arguing with it, and we don't want that in our place. So we want a healthy learning environment where we help to cultivate the students' talents and get them into understanding the type of work ethic and structure and fundamentals that they need in order to be able to compete out in the world and to make the music that's in their hearts and heads, because you need that basic skill. So we're working to try to do that and also provide a supportive environment and safe environment in which to do that and explore and the like. So we work very hard through our activities that we provide, the student department meetings and the performance classes. Every music school has performance classes, but the way we structure ours is, you know, what did you do well? What can we tweak? Can you teach the other students here about what you're going through, about something about your instrument? Because all of the music majors gather and learn what each other is working on and how to overcome. And that way we find out what we have in common, and we gain more ideas for our bag of tricks of how to fix something and how to see music in a different way, and we hear a wide variety of music then.
Well, you know what, you said something very important, connecting your heart to your head. You know, your head would tend to be the cognitive side of it, and you learn how to sing, you learn how to play and whatever, but what part of your heart is involved in that? And a lot of times, right, at the formative age when someone's going to college, they've kind of mastered, not necessarily met, they've learned their instrument, whether it's their voice or a physical instrument, but now they're kind of moving into a new realm, right?
Developing some life skills regarding that talent, too.
Yes, right,
We encourage that interaction between the students and as well as the faculty, listening to each other, interacting together as a foundation to moving forward.
You know, any musician will tell you that it's a risk to try things. You don't know. You're testing yourself, and sometimes it's very uncharted territory, right? So if you're in an environment, especially with somebody that has more experience, to help you connect what's in your heart with your head, then that's really where the magic happens, right?
Well, music is so personal.
That's right, yes. Good point.
And it's a part of us. Our instruments are a part of us, whether it's the voice or the clarinet or piano, cello. It becomes, we're with it so much, it's a very personal statement. And so it's interesting when we are in a practice room ourselves alone, boy, wonderful things happen. Wonderful things happen. And then we get in front of an audience and, you know, something, and freeze sometimes.
That's right. Sure,
or just get really mousy and withdraw within, and, you know, everything is affected. Our breathing is affected, our interpretation. And we're trying to figure out what is going on. This doesn't sound anything like I know what I can do. And so that's one of the skills we have to work through and develop, and we talk to the students about that.
Because that feeds the fear. You're already insecure, and if that thought process, we all have thought processes that are going on all the time. And if they're negative, they're going to pull that performance down.
Any musician will tell you, if you start to feel that way, you tighten up.
Right.
As soon as you tighten up, then the flow of what you're trying to express is limited immediately. And well, I told you it was different at SUNY Adirondack. Hey, we invited them on also because they do something very unique. The faculty gives a performance. And that's coming up on the 13th, Friday the 13th.
Friday the
Yes.
13th.
Oh yeah, leave it to a musician to figure out Friday the 13th.
To challenge the fates.
At the Church of the Messiah. That's the Episcopal Church in Glens Falls, right?
Correct,
Up
right
on
on Glen Street.
Yes, up on Glen Street. You know where the monument is on Glen Street? Right past there. Beautiful environment in there. One heck of an organ in there too, by the way, right? So tell me about the faculty concert.
Well, we look for an opportunity to collaborate with each other because we're just running around like chickens without heads with our schedules and trying to help the students and trying to help the students. And every once in a while we say, wait a minute, we've got to get back to the roots, our love of music and our love of performing, and we want to do that together. So Miriam and I will be doing the Debussy Rhapsody for clarinet. Miriam will be doing a duet with Jeremy West, who is not only one of our piano faculty members in theory, but he's also the music director at the church. So he'll be performing works on the organ at the church, and they've got a lovely grand piano there.
Yes,
really
that's
terrific
right.
grand piano.
Beautiful.
And then
lovely.
some other works are happening.
Sylvia Bloom will be performing some Poulenc. She will also be performing Copeland. I'll be collaborating with her on that. Wonderful soprano, yes.
Nice.
Yes.
And two original works on the program. Bernadette Speech is our music business faculty member. She's also been doing jazz ensemble for us this year. And she's got this amazing resume. And she knew John Cage, and she knows Stephen Sondheim. And she's an internationally known composer and has been in the business at the Kitchen and in New York City and was up in Tannery Pond and built that, helped to build that. She's performing one of her piano works that was a collaboration between about 30-something pianists in honor of Stephen Sondheim. So they each composer, pianist on there reimagined a Stephen Sondheim work for the piano, and so hers is called Liaison. In and Out of Love. After Liaisons and Send in the Clowns by Stephen Sondheim.
Oh, an easy name to remember.
Easy name to remember, yeah.
I want to just cycle back on the Debussy for that. That's usually known as an orchestral piece, right? You were telling me that was originally written for clarinet and piano, so you're doing it as a duo.
Correct.
Oh boy, that's going to be something. Look, this is an opportunity to support the faculty at SUNY Adirondack, but also to educate yourself a bit, dare I use the word, but in an environment where the people who are really responsible for teaching a lot of the younger people in our community, the things that we're talking about, to get to hear them perform, which, by the way, is an inspiration for them because we as an audience inspire them and vice versa. So it's Friday, April 13, 7:30 p.m. at Church of the Messiah, the Episcopal Church right in Glens Falls. And get there. It's a beautiful space, of course. Talk about natural reverb. But they've got the church organ there. They're going to be performing on the piano, clarinet, choral works.
Classical guitar. Micah Scoville will be there as well, performing a Brazilian work by Villalobos and also a work of his own. Right. Inspired by Jerome Kern. So,
Okay, you get the idea. This is well worth taking a couple
hours. And the church's acoustics are lovely, and the space is lovely. It's just the stained glass windows. It's beautiful.
Diane, you feel this with a passion. I'm
I
telling
do,
you right now. How do you contain her? I just want to know. How do you contain this
We don't want to.
Good for you. Good point. Well, thank you both very much for coming in. It's great to see you.
Thank you for having us. It's wonderful to be here.
We'll see you on the 13th.
Thank you so much.
To see this interview again, you can head to our website, looktvonline.com.